We ready to go live?
Yep, go live. Well, what is up, everybody? Let's see. Let me see. Hello. Can you hear me? All right. Oh, geez, I'm looking rough.
Same.
What up? If you got any fantasy football questions, feel free to drop them. We are just about to start the show. Start the mock draft here shortly. I got all the names too written down for the drawing for the listener league. So we're about to start here shortly. What's up, Instagram, everybody? Oh boy. Come on, yo. Ready? Let's see. I'm trying to. Oh boy. Oh God.
Hello.
Oh no.
You fudged that one up. You want to pull it out of the helmet?
It's not a bad idea. It's gonna pull it out of this hat, but
You can
that's...
keep your hat on and not look so.
No, I like it. I like my hair.
Oh, okay. What is up, Instagram?
Oh boy. Gotta cut my hair.
Yeah, I got one. It's in my head. I was looking at it for a while.
It's hard to wear these headphones in this hat.
You look good.
Looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go on YouTube and see if the All right. Jeez. All right. Yeah, it's working. All right, dope. All right.
Okay.
Look at the hat.
Alexa says incredible hat.
You like it? I love it. Whatever.
All right.
No hat.
Just put the hat on. Rock it. Telling you.
All right. Yeah, I'll rock it. Oh my God. It looks like I have a ponytail.
I like it.
Oh yeah. I look like... Hello? Test? Okay, cool. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show started. You ready?
She said, Alexa says, yes, hat. So it's saying.
So, here we go.
Oh man, it's kind of full up here. We have a guy in the chat saying he can't hear sound.
What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday. It is August 16th, 2020, and this is the Fantasy Tap. I'm Michael. This is John. John, don't wear a bucket hat with headphones.
Why not? I think it looks great.
My head looks like 10 times bigger than it actually is.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm not trying to say anything, but
I mean, I do kind of have a big head, but
this helmet might not fit you.
Jeez. Well, anyways, thank you if you're joining in on Instagram and YouTube Live. We've got a awesome mock draft for you today. We are doing a super flex league, and that's gonna be fun. No sound on YouTube.
That's what we're getting reports of.
Are you sure? It's showing me the dots.
People are
It's showing me the dots.
It's popping in on my computer as well. But we have people reporting and saying they're listening on their phones. We can't hear.
Well, make sure your phone's not muted.
That would be step number one. And then unplug it and plug it back in.
Oh boy. Well, it's showing on our end, and our computer is showing that it's coming through. So, I guess if you can't hear, go to IG. I apologize. We're not the best, but oh man, ooh, whatever. Anyways, let's get into what we got going on today, because I know there's a few people tuned in for the Listener League, because we're gonna do the drawings out of the helmet, the Tyreek helmet.
That's a great idea.
Autographed Tyreek helmet. I was going to do it out of this hat, but it's all sweaty now. So anyways, John, I've got 12 names here. Just throw it in one by one into the helmet. That's 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I just threw like 3 in.
Okay, 12. There we go. All 12. All 12, we're going to give it a shake. And just so y'all know, it's going to be 12-1. So first name we draw is going to be the 12th person who picks in the mock draft, or in the draft, in our Listener League draft, and then it's going to go all the way to 1. All right, John, you want to pick the first name?
I do. Come on, not us. All right, first one up on the board, or last one up on the board actually, is going to be Oriole Boreal.
Oriole Boreal. You want to write a little 12 action there? Dope. I'll get this little shaky.
Get a little flip.
Yeah, flick them up. Get them cooking, baby. All right, here we go. The next name for position 11 is Green T123. Boom. You're picking 11th. Not a bad spot, though.
No.
I kind of like John, or picking at the turn. All right, John. All righty.
Get that arm workout in.
Yeah.
This one? Okay. So at the 10 is going to be Full-Time Mom.
Full-Time Mom. Shout out all the full-time moms out there.
Yeah.
It's an important job.
Someone's got to do it.
Yep. All right. Let's get to this next one. Oops. Shoot. Wilson 27 is picking at spot 9, right?
9.
12.
Yes, sir.
11, 10, 9. And all right, real quick, John. Real quick. You got to watch this on YouTube too, by the way, because there's no context if you're just listening.
So coming in, pick number 8 is going to be Deadly Dermoid.
Yo, we're working our way to the top, baby.
If we get in the top 4, I'm not going to be mad. You put our name in there, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
Just making sure. So at number 7, we've got Brat.
Brat? Yep, Brat.
Brat.
Brat. He has a little Tennessee Titans logo in his league.
Okay.
Yeah. So Brat, you're picking 7. All right. Next one is. Oh, I know he's gonna hate it. TK Brad Hinton 08 is picking at position 6. He said he didn't want to pick between 5 and 9. Well, he's going to.
Okay. And we're not going to be. We are going to be allowing people to do a full position swap if them and the other person can agree on it. We're not going to be allowing mid-round pick trades or anything like that. So if you guys do want to move your position, talk to someone you want to move up to. Coming in at 5 though is going to be Mr. Weiner, Diner, and 49er.
Ooh, love it. That's not a bad spot.
You did put our name in. Right?
I did. We're getting lucky. I'm not.
If we pick from the 4 again, I'm going to be upset. All right, so at the 4, it's going to be Mr. Brooks, Sir Brooks 2.
Sir Brooks. Dang, dude, we're making it way up there. This is not rigged. Just so everybody knows, this is not rigged.
I don't want the 1.
Oh, shit. Well, I'll take that one. Miles 707 is so picking from the 3. All right, John.
So are we picking the 2 out of there, or are we picking the 1 out of there?
No, we're going 12-1.
I know, so I'm saying whichever one. Okay.
So, yep. Pick one of them.
My hand in there?
Yep.
All right, so picking at the 2 is going to be Jack Senior.
Oh boy, this doesn't look good on us.
I mean, it's the fate of the cards.
That's true. That is true. And the fantasy tap will be picking one. Here we go. Anyways, John, you got all those down?
Yes, sir.
We'll be posting that in the listener league. In the listener league here shortly. But let's get into today's mock draft. Get that going real quick. We are doing a super flex league. So we've got a pretty full league today. I believe 7 players are drafting with us. So anyways, let's get into this. I am going to be picking from the 4th spot, and John will be picking from the 9th spot.
All right. You excited at that 4th spot?
Kind of. I want to see. It's a super flex league. The reason why I chose that is because, am I going to get one of those top 2 quarterbacks there?
Are you?
That's a good question.
At the 4?
You never know. You never know.
Okay. So we've got the draft has started. Deadly Dermoy is on the board. We're going to see where he goes. Now, the Superflex League, is Christian McCaffrey still your number 1?
Oh, I don't think so. I think I'm going to take Pat Mahomes, to be honest. Just because he gives you, one, an advantage at that position. And 2, I mean, I have him as the number 1 quarterback this year. Mm-hmm. So if he's your quarterback going in, you can grab another quarterback late. You don't have to focus on grabbing a quarterback too early. You can rely on, get a Tannehill later or somebody else later. So you can kind of stack up on those other positions in between then. What would your pick be?
Personally, I'm still sticking with it in the 1-1. I'm still going with Christian McCaffrey first, just because he's going to have that share of the offense and just get you the total amount of points and fill that running back 1 position for you. And then at that point, you're still going to be able to get a really good quarterback. You don't need a 1 or 2. So, and we've got some picks off the board. First, we've got Saquon Barkley going, then Christian McCaffrey.
Ooh, and I can grab my Pat Mahomes right here at 4, just like I wanted. Look at that.
Just letting it fall to you.
Yep. Anyways, Lamar Jackson. Oh, wait. Oh, is he not on? Is Dudley not on?
I'm not sure. It would be great to figure out. But he luckily is not picking again for a while, and I'm sure he will be back in time.
He's not going to be happy taking.
Maybe he made that pick. Maybe he wanted it. So I'm back on the board. So I've got the option to either go Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Derrick Henry, Michael Thomas. Is this PPR or standard?
I believe it's half point.
Half point. Okay, so I'm actually going to go to Michael Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Get that nice little running wide receiver in there. Let him get in there, put up some points for me. So we're done with these.
Yep.
We will not be reporting this episode.
Oh boy. Anyways, Jesus, this sucks.
It's all right. We'll survive. Actually, let's just start the episode, and you can do that.
We'll do the intro again. We suck, people. We suck. We've got to hit the record button.
Small mistakes.
Small. And we'll just jump into the.
And this is what happens when you're small. Do you want me to keep making my pick? Pause the draft really quick.
No. Keep going. Just go, and we'll catch up. We'll get through the first couple rounds.
Just pause it.
Huh? No. I'm saying just keep going. Keep the draft going because not everybody's going to be in there.
Okay.
So we'll just shit.
Start it though. Hurry up and start it.
I am. I'm about to. We're gonna do the intro.
Crack it.
I can't. Oh, it's a rough one today.
Just relax. Get it over well. Do we want to just start the draft over since we got auto picks going? Do we want to start the draft over since we just got auto picks going?
It's up to you. Do you want to?
I don't know.
Do you want to start it over?
Pause it really quick.
It is fun. The draft?
Yeah.
Fuck. Well,
Seems we've got a couple people that have walked away and did not know that we started right away. So we may be restarting really quick. We're only in the back end of the second round. So I'm going to try to get a hold of the two people that have disappeared on us and see what's going on with them. So, sir.
all right. Fuck.
Messaging from my laptop.
Do you just want to start? You just want to start the We'll just record and continue this draft. We'll go straight into that, and we'll announce that at the end.
Okay.
You just want to do that, and we'll.
Well, I'm just worried about the people that aren't here still not being here. I guess we're only missing Miles and Josh, but I can't message them off of my laptop for some reason. This number's not popping up for me.
Okay, it's fine. We'll get into that, and then we'll do that at the end.
Do we want to redo that? No? Okay.
I mean, we did it live.
Yeah. And it's recorded, so it's there.
All right. All right. Fuck.
We should have done the intro before we press it then.
That's fine. All right. Let's see. Who do I want? Joe Mixon, Josh. Okay. Fuck. All right. Fuck.
What?
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Deep breath, bro.
Huh?
Deep breath. Take a deep breath.
What is up, everybody? How are you doing today? My name's Michael. This is John. We're the Fantasy Tap. We're here to do our Sunday live mock draft today. It is August 16th, and we got a special mock draft for you. And John, you want to tell them what kind of mock draft it is?
Yeah, so we're actually going to be doing we are doing a super flex half point PPR mock draft right now live on Sleeper. We are currently in the back end of the second round. We did have an audio issue, so we're going to be picking it up from where we left off. And what we're going to be doing is we do have about 7 people into this draft with us. Or I'm sorry, 6 people with us. 5 people with us, I apologize. 7 in total. And we are going to be building the greatest teams we can. Early, we had our first 1-1 pick as Saquon Barkley go off the board, followed by Christian McCaffrey. Lamar Jackson is the first quarterback, and then Mike actually grabbed Patrick Mahomes first.
At the 4th pick, baby.
Continuing, we had Ezekiel Elliott go at the 5, Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, Devontae Adams. I grabbed Michael Thomas with the 9th pick. Following went Deshaun Watson, Julio Jones, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson. We actually had computer stat quarterbacks early. Tyreek Hill, Nick Chubb, Dak Prescott, DeAndre Hopkins, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Clyde Edwards, Josh Jacobs, Joe Mixon, Aaron Rodgers at the 211, and we are waiting for someone to be picking at the 212 here and the next 19 seconds.
So how do you like your first 2 picks so far, John?
So I think I'm doing pretty well. I've got Michael Thomas coming in here, who's very, going to be pass heavy, going to be giving you the ball, almost obvious wide receiver 1 this year. And then I just got the Dak Prescott as my QB1, taking him early. So I'm going to be in a position where I should be getting a lot of points. need to start looking at my running back situation because I sent my first 2 picks other places, but we'll be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see. Has he picked yet?
It was Chris Godwin.
He picked Chris Godwin. Not bad there at the turn. I tagged him to let him know that he was up. So hopefully he joins us here soon. I grabbed Josh Jacobs at my second pick. I like how deep the wide receiver class is this year. So I've kind of been leaning towards stacking my running backs as much as possible. And hopefully, we'll see who's available on my next pick. Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, I don't pick him this round. It gives him another round to come back.
Awesome. All right, so he grabbed Kenny Golladay. Are you Golladay fan this year?
I am, just not as hyped as he is right now. I think he's going to have a really great year. He should potentially end up as a wide receiver 1, but I think it's more realistic he ends up as like a mid-range, low-end 1 than the number. I mean, he's just a 7th wide receiver off the board. So he's getting close to where I like him, closer to the 9-10.
9-10 spot?
Mm-hmm.
Or 9-10
wide receiver.
I mean, let's see.
He went 7 right there.
Yeah, he went 7 there. So I like him a lot this year. I like him more than Chris Godwin personally. I like him.
Yeah, I know you're hot on him.
Yeah, I am pretty hot on him. I think that's the only. I wouldn't take him in front of anybody else, but in the top 6 they have gone so far. But I would take him in front of Chris if. But I mean, they went 1-2 next to each other. So actually, my last pick, I had Josh Jacobs there for me to grab, but it was between Jacobs and Eckler for me, and Eckler actually just fell to me at the 3-4. So I'm really excited about that. I like Eckler a lot this year, especially in half point and full point PPR.
No, I mean, in my opinion, I think Jacobs fell to you pretty well. He's someone who's been going really early in drafts, but I mean, grabbing him in the 2-9 and even in a super flex, that's really great. I don't think that he's worth the super hype that he's been getting. I do think he's going to have a workload increase this year, but I don't think it's going to be exponential.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, grabbing him as late as you did, he's still going to be a running back 1 for you, and he's going to be someone that's going to be able to get you the ball a lot. So I'm back on my pick. In my last pick, I grabbed Leonard Fournette and my 3-9, and grabbed him over, Melvin Gordon, Chris Carson, and a few more running backs that were on the board, like Le'Veon Bell, Kerryon, and Devin Singletary.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like Leonard Fournette. I think we've talked about him enough. He's someone who gets the balls out. The Jags are going to run him into the dirt this year more than likely, and he should be getting his touches, touchdowns, and yards. He also gets a lot of pass work out of the backfield and really makes up for it.
Yeah, no, I agree there. I like Leonard as well, and then Le'Veon too. I like that second pick. Adam Gase is saying that talking about that he's going to be using him better this year. So we will see if that happens. But anyways, after that Le'Veon pick, 3 quarterbacks went: Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Drew Brees, all went from the 4-5 to the 4-7. Adam Thielen was at the 4-8, and I am up at the 4-9. I'm going to be grabbing my first wide receiver here, and it kind of fell to me pretty nicely. I think Allen Robinson is going to have a great year. Even no matter which quarterback starts, he's going to be getting a lot of targets. So I think he will. He's going to, has that potential to be a low end or even a mid wide receiver 1. So, and a lot of that offense is going to be going through him anyway. They're probably going to be, depending on which quarterback, they'll probably be playing down in a lot of games. So, getting some of those.
I've seen him playing down regardless of which quarterback they had been.
I think Foles gives him a little bit better opportunity, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays in at camp. I got to do a little bit of reading up on the Bears and see kind of what is going on so far in camp wise. So, but anyways, following that pick, Robert Woods went at the 4-10. and it's back to Pomerantz at the 411. He has Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Rodgers, Travis Kelce, and David Johnson was his last pick at the 411. I liked his picks up until that pick. I'm not too high on David Johnson.
Really, I mean, as late as he's going, I think that's fairly good. You're going to see someone who's going to be getting the ball 200 plus times this season with some pass catching work, especially now that Houston just lost DeAndre Hopkins and their main receiver threat.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to see him come in there and get enough pickups. I mean, he's probably in the 18th running back off the board. So to think that he's not going to finish in that top 18, barring injury, good value.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I think he already had Christian McCaffrey though, so I think I would have taken a receiver and tried to grab a Raheem Mostert or somebody
He did turn around and just grab AJ Brown.
Do you like AJ Brown this year?
I like AJ Brown this year.
You think he'll finish like he did last year?
No.
Wide receiver?
I think he'll finish similar stat line to where he did last year on 16 games. Maybe if he can catch the ball a little bit better than he did last season, he'll have more catches on those 80-something targets he had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think his yards per catch is going to be as crazy as it was. He's not going to have as many breakaways, or he might have as many, but just not as with more attempts. But I'm not mad if he's my wide receiver one on my team. I'm not in the best position in my opinion, but I'm not angry with it.
Yeah, so after AJ Brown went off the board, DJ Moore went at the 5-3. Then it was back to me, and I took my guy. Matt Stafford. Give me that second quarterback. It was a little earlier. It was in the 5th round, so it was a little earlier than I wanted to spend on my next quarterback. But, having that upside of Matt Stafford, as long as the high floor of Pat Mahomes, I think that's a great those are two great quarterbacks to have this year in a super flex or even a 2-quarterback league. So anyways, following my pick, Tom Brady went at the 5-5 to Weiner Diner. Then a slew of receivers went: Calvin Ridley, Stephon Diggs, T.Y. Hilton, DK Metcalf. You took DK.
I did take DK.
You took DK. My bad. Obviously you like him. Is he going to be your – no, he's your 2. Okay, that's solid. You stacked him with Mike Thomas. I like that. And you have Dak Prescott. It's a beautiful team.
It's going really well. And I actually just got my quarterback too, so I'm actually really happy. I just picked all right, so yeah, we were at T.Y. then DK. After I picked up DK Metcalf, Kerryon Johnson, Tyler Lockett, Devin Singletary, David Montgomery, Mark Andrews went at the 6-2. Following that, when Baker Mayfield right before my Daniel Jones pick in the 6th round. So I just added DK and Daniel Jones to my team. Again, DK Metcalf was a rookie last season that balled out, should be getting as much, if not more work than he did. And Russell Wilson's really talked a lot about him. Daniel Jones is your sophomore quarterback, just took over the full offense, doesn't have to worry about Eli. They've really invested into the man, so you should be able to see a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, he definitely has the weapons. They added, like you said, they added the line, invested in the line to protect him. Jason Garrett's in town, so we'll see, how he does as that offensive coordinator. And I mean, he's definitely got, all the tools needed to be a solid fantasy quarterback. He just needs his tight ends and wide receivers to stay healthy. And I think he could be a pretty solid, especially for where you're grabbing him, in the 6th round. But anyways, following that pick went Mark Ingram, DJ Chark, Deebo Samuel, AJ Green, and then it went back to me at the 6-9, and I grabbed my guy, Michael Gallup, another one of those.
Wow, you really went for it.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I'd rather have. I know Juju is obviously his team's number 1, but I like Michael Gallup. I like his situation this year. I know we've talked plenty about it. So, John doesn't like him.
I don't like that pick. I think he's getting way too high value for where he's going to finish. I don't think they spent the draft capital on CeeDee Lamb for nothing to happen with it. So
I don't know. It's not bad when you average 15.2 points a game.
I mean,
in fantasy last year.
As your wide receiver too, you've got someone who does also put up 4 points, 3 points, 9 points, 5 points. 0.6 points, just because he had a 27-point game, a 14 and a 13 and a 17. That's kind of boom or bust. That's not consistent.
But I don't need that consistency really as a
Your second
wide receiver too. No, I mean I can grab. I mean, there's going to be plenty other receivers later on that I can grab that are going to give me low floors. So in a matchup that I don't like or don't want, I can throw them in there. But I mean, I really think that whole offense is going to be putting a ton of yards up and a ton of points up. So any piece of them, really, I'm happy to have.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to be a usable player. I just don't like where it's at.
Yeah, I just don't like. I don't trust anybody, I guess, going around him there. That's why I grabbed him. Like if Jarvis Landry wasn't hurt, I would take him. I mean, he might start the season off on the PUP list. So if he does, then that 6 games gone.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally, as weird as it might sound, I'm happy with Keenan Allen over Michael Gallup. Keenan Allen's going to be the obvious one for the team. We don't know how Tyrod's going to do. We don't know when Justin Herbert's going to come in. So, but either situation's going to be a situation where Keenan Allen's going to be getting the ball. He is an amazing receiver. He's one of the best route runners at the receiver position at the moment. So I think that he's going to end up finishing more consistently and having higher point games than Michael Gallup's going to by the end of the season.
I mean, potentially. I just don't like the uncertainty of his offense, and so that's why I grabbed Michael Gallup over him. But anyways, after my Michael Gallup pick, Jonathan Taylor went, Juju Smith-Schuster, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin, and Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo, back to me at the 7-4. And let's see here. Ooh, excuse me. Who do I have? There's a couple names I'm looking at. I'm going to go Kareem Hunt. I like him as a flex player down the road. Some solid running back depth. So he'll kind of help me have a pretty. He's a really high upside guy. So and he'll give me some decent pass catching work throughout the year. Weeks I can definitely start him, depending on the matchup. So, anyways, following that Kareem Hunt pick, let's see, Zach Ertz, Marlon Mack, Darren Waller, Darius Geis, and back to John at the 7-9. What do you think about doing here?
So right now I'm still looking at running backs and wide receivers. I don't want to go tight end yet. But when I'm looking at the running backs that are here, got J.K. Dobbins, Ronald Jones. Looking at the receivers, and Tyler Boyd's still there, who's someone who's going to be really good this year. Jarvis Landry, Will Fuller. I only have 2 receivers. Are we doing a 3 receiver or 2 receiver?
No, this is just a 2 receiver.
Standard receiver flex?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I got Leonard and Le'Veon. So I'm going to go back to a running back, and this is going to be someone who could be higher upside, doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be, but could put me in a good position. That's going to be Raheem Mostert.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of went down a little bit for him, but we'll see if that paid off because I do think that the next person I grab is going to be great.
Miles, I see you, man. You wanted that.
And I knew he wasn't
that Raheem.
Back to me with the 49ers fan 2 picks after.
No, he grabs him in every league he plays. So that was a good pick. It's a good pick. Nice little snipe. So, but anyways, after Tyler Boyd or after Raheem Mostert, Tyler Boyd, Ronald Jones, and Jarvis Landry, and then Hunter Henry went off. So back to Miles at the 8-2. Let's see here. How many does he have? He only has 1 quarterback. So wonder if he's going to grab, one of the remaining quarterbacks like a Kirk Cousins, give him a nice high, or at least a solid floor. You know what he's going to do.
He's going to wait a couple rounds and get the true league winner.
Who's that?
True one.
Oh, God.
It's happening.
I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, boy, Miles. J.K. Dobbins. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I like J.K. this year. He's been getting – I've been turned on by him lately. You know,
Oh, word?
not like that. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe I don't know. Anyways, he's been creeping up my draft boards. Definitely. You know, I in the offense that he's in, they're going to run the ball a ton. So I think he's definitely going to get his fair share of touches, and that he could be deadly, especially for as late as he is going. John with the high upside guy, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, baby. You like that? You like Hollywood?
I do. He's a really good player.
Oh, he's a great player. Great player. Good analysis. Oh, Drew Lock sitting there for me to take him. Yeah, I'm not going to take him. I'm going to grab my first tight end, and that is Austin Hooper.
You like Austin Hooper this year?
I don't dislike him.
You think he's gonna
not do what he did last
tight
year?
end one?
Yeah, I mean, it's not hard, and it's going to be. I think their offense is going to finally turn it around. So I think that he will definitely, like I said, he's not going to do what he did last year. He has the upside too. Obviously, he's very talented, but he has, a pretty solid floor. I know Njoku's there, but I'm not really worried about him. And then depending on what happens with Jarvis Landry, he may, at the beginning of the season get an extra few touches. So we shall see. But anyways, after that pick, Marvin Jones Jr. went off the board. That's a good value. 8th round, somebody who's going to get a lot of targets. How are you feeling about Marvin Jones?
I like him. He's part of that Detroit offense who's going to be passing the ball all around. So it's going to be great. But I do think he's also a really great touchdown target. He's put up multiple 8 to 9 touchdown seasons in his career. He's been around for 8 years so far. So I think you're getting a great value for someone who's getting really overlooked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. Then Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman followed him. He's going to have a lot of targets this year, I think. He's scary. That whole New England offense is scary to have, but they could be deadly. But anyways, oh my gosh, my phone is blowing up.
I know.
So, anyways, who do you think? Oh, is Deadly coming back or not?
I do not know. I have no communications at the moment.
All right, let's see.
So you can just auto draft for him.
All right, that's what I'll do. Keep it going. Keep it going. Jeez, keep it going. Boom. He grabbed Evan Ingram and Gardner Minshew. Ooh, that's rough, especially in a super flex. Not very good. So, but anyways, John, who's your favorite pick so far that you've had?
My favorite pick, honestly, is it's kind of dumb, but I'm happiest with Michael Thomas. I think that's such a strong anchor.
Yeah.
It really just lets you be consistently comfortable with that wide receiver position. I'm also a huge fan of that Daniel Jones pick in the 6th round. I think that's a really great quarterback too that I could have.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, obviously Devontae, the computer picked Devontae right in front of you, but I mean, Michael Thomas obviously is the best receiver to have in fantasy. And then, yeah, I mean, having Daniel Jones as your quarterback too is definitely a good option to have. So I definitely, your boy, Drew Lock went off.
Smart guy. Great pick.
Brad stacked his quarterbacks. He's got Lamar, Jimmy G, and Drew Lock.
Well,
Jimmy G's a good floor guy.
I mean, name of the game's just putting up points and having a secure roster. He's got Joe Mixon, Miles Sanders, Jonathan Taylor at running back, Marvin Jones, DJ Moore, and Robert Woods. You've got high upside people that also have pretty high floors.
Mm-hmm.
So great for him. Drew Lock going right after Gardner. That's a steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I do like Drew over Gardner. I don't know about a steal. I mean, I think he's going pretty appropriately priced.
I mean, I can't wait to prove you wrong this season.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Obviously, you don't. That's why you don't. That's why it's going to be proving you wrong.
But you're not going to prove me wrong.
I'm not going to. He is.
Well, he won't either. I'm going to grab your boy Michael Pittman as wide receiver 3 here. You like that pick, John?
Yeah.
You've been hot on him all year or all preseason.
I think he's going to be one of the better first-year wide receivers out of the draft. So I do like him. But let's see, you grabbed him up there. Your receivers right now, again, I don't like your receiver depth and security is really making me uneasy if I were in your boots right now.
I don't mind it. I really don't. I'll find somebody because I have Kareem Hunt there and Matt Stafford to play that flex position. So all I really have to do is find viable, wide receiver 2 to play week in and week out. And I think between Pittman and anybody else I grab, because I'll grab one or two more a little later. So I'll be able to find somebody to play week in and week out.
Hopefully. So I'm back on the board. Still don't have my tight end. So I'm going to be looking at that right now. Got TJ Hawkinson sitting here. Not sure if I'm the hottest on him at the moment. Noah Fant. I actually think I'm going to be waiting a little bit on that tight end hit. But so looking back at the running backs, Matt Breida's still there. I do have Raheem Mostert, who's kind of in a similar role and situation where they're going to be pass catchers that share the backfield with someone who's talented in themselves. But I do like that upside on him. So, yeah. And then after Matt Breida we got Christian Kirk, drafted by the CPU. And then how do you like Christian Kirk this year? Do you think that DeAndre Hopkins is just going to make him irrelevant?
No, I don't think it'll make him irrelevant. I mean, he's going in the 9th round, so I think it's pretty good value. He had a little bit of chemistry, last year with Kyler there. He didn't have a great year. He didn't have a bad year. I mean, he finished as the wide receiver 38 in the PPR league on 13 games. So I definitely think he's going to, bump up a little bit. Maybe high-end wide receiver 3, a decent flex player. But I definitely don't think he's relevant, especially for the round he's going. But anyways, following that Christian Kirk pick, Ryan Tannehill went, Mike Williams, Rob Gronkowski, Brandon Ayuk, and then T. Higgins. John then grabbed Hayden Hurst. Solid pick there. You like Hayden this year?
I like him, and he's pretty going kind of late, I think. I mean, we're pretty deep on the tight end board, and I had to actually reach down on there to grab him. We saw what Austin Hooper could do in Atlanta's offense. I'm not expecting the exact same thing. He's coming from an offense where they use their tight ends heavily already. So I'm not expecting Austin Hooper's season from last year, but even at a downgraded version of that, I'm still going to get a great return on him. So if I pick him up and then either someone later or have to stream a tight end here and there, depending on the matchup, I'm not going to be mad at it.
Yeah, no, I mean, Austin Hooper left there and left a ton of targets on the field. So I don't think that, like you said, he will be Austin Hooper of last year, but he'll definitely be a pretty solid tight end this year for fantasy. So anyways, following your Hayden Hurst pick, Darrell Henderson went, Denzel Mims, CeeDee Lamb, Henry Ruggs, and then I grabbed Ben Roethlisberger as my quarterback 3, high upside guy. He has the capability of finishing in the top 12 quarterbacks. As long as he can stay healthy. Lost a little bit of weight in the offseason. Looking good. He's been working out with his receivers. So, I mean, his upside with the other two, Pat Mahomes and Matt Stafford, I love him. I think that my quarterback depth is solid. Now to shore up my skill positions, and I will be set. So, following my Roethlisberger pick, Noah Fant went, and Joe Burrow. He grabbed him as his quarterback 3. Pomerantz did. He has Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, and Joe Burrow. I like Joe as a quarterback 3 this year in a super flex. I mean, if he hits, great. If not, you got 2 other guys in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you're just picking up a upside. So you're not expecting him to come in and start right away. You've drafted him to be that bench player that's going to possibly have some great games that you predicted. So nice time to pick him up. I wouldn't pick him up as a 1 or 2 just because there's that risk involved with him.
Right.
He could have huge upside. He also could be a huge bust.
Mm-hmm.
But following Joe Burrow actually went John Brown and then Zach Moss. So we've got Pomeranz back up on the board. What do you think Zach Moss's role is actually going to be in the Buffalo offense?
That's a good question. To be honest, I'm actually finishing up the Buffalo offense tonight so we can get to the running back rankings tomorrow. So I'll have to let you know tomorrow. Because honestly, I don't know. I know I'm staying away from Devin Singletary for where he's going.
Yeah.
But I mean, Zach Moss in the 11th round, that may be a pretty solid value, but I kind of have to see how they play out. And like I said, we will have those running back rankings done tomorrow, so or recorded tomorrow, so we can we'll be releasing that on Tuesday. So, but Cam Akers went after that. Are you a big Cam Akers guy? I mean, he could be the Rams running back 1.
He could, but I think what they're going to be doing is kind of feeling out their running back situation for a few games before they actually commit to someone. If they even do ever commit to someone, they could easily have learned from their mistakes by signing Todd Gurley to a huge contract and having the premier back, and then not getting the return on him because he started getting a little beat down. So you might see them go with all the rookies and the young guys they've been drafting the past couple of years, filling in those spots and taking over game here, game there. We don't know that he's going to be that true number 1 or even have the lead share.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's definitely going to be a running back by committee, or one will emerge in that offense. It's just which one is it going to be, and that's the scary part.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just going to have to stay away from that in my personal opinion.
Yep, I agree. So, anyways, Brad is on the clock, and he grabbed Latavius Murray. And it's back to me at the 11-4. I'm going to shore up my receivers real quick. Give me that depth I need. Where is he? Where is he at? I can't find him. I know he's there because he hasn't been taken. I was just looking at him. Oh, there he is. Darius Slayton. Kind of pair up with that. Daniel Jones, like we were saying earlier about Daniel Jones, that offense has a ton of, upside. He has the weapons. Darius Slayton had some, showed flashes last year. And he could potentially, depending on who's available, be that team's wide receiver 1. Obviously.
I like Darius Slayton. I think he's someone who has a lot of high upside. My only issue with him is the other 2 receivers on that team are actually competent, really good receivers. I mean, we saw Golden Tate ball for years. And then Sterling Shepard's always seemed to have been just keeping his head relevant. And after OBJ left, he finally got his chance at the number 1 spot, but continues to be injured. So depending who's there and who's healthy, he could be a great pickup.
Yeah, and that's why we grabbed him in one of the leagues that we're actually
and it's funny because right after your Slayton pick went DeAndre Swift and then Sterling Shepard. So going at similar values, I guess it's kind of up in the air on who's going to be taking that role over.
Mm-hmm.
So at my quarterback, I'm kind of at the position where I want to look at my quarterback 3 before the second string quarterbacks fall in.
Mm-hmm.
So my real options are here, Derek Carr and Teddy Bridgewater. And just based off of some coach talk, which might be terrible for me, and some history of John Gruden, Derek Carr, I don't want Derek Carr this year. As great as he can be and as great as he's shown us he can be, I think he's an amazing, talented quarterback who's got a really good arm talent. I just don't think the team likes him. And I don't think that John Gruden's a huge fan of him, especially with Mariota being there and Gruden, pumping up Mariota. They signed the guy to a big contract. You don't do that for a pure second-string quarterback.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's going to be an interesting quarterback battle. Derek Carr, I mean, he was very underrated last year. I mean, he finished as a middle-tier wide receiver 2, or running back quarterback 2. Finished as a quarterback 16 last year. He threw for over 4,000 yards, only had 8 interceptions, and 21 touchdowns. So I think if his touchdowns go up, he has the potential to break into that, low, the 11th or 12th spot, and maybe drafting Ruggs, getting Tyrell Williams,
But do you think he's going to be the quarterback all season?
I mean, he didn't. I think he was very. I think people put a lot of blame on him when it really wasn't just his fault. I mean, looking back at what he did, it wasn't pretty throughout the entire season, but he did enough to. I mean, he put up pretty good numbers for his
he
position.
put up fine numbers. It just seems like the team's doing a lot to make it seem like they're not confident in him.
And maybe they're doing that to, kind of maybe light a fire under him. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, personally, we've heard all of the talk come out over the years about how Gruden's not a huge fan of Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm.
And then they didn't need to sign Mariota to an $8 million contract as a backup.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Jameis Winston's only making
so
pennies.
It's kind of giving me the feeling that they are looking for maybe to light a fire under his butt, but it's more of a, hey, either get it or get gone.
Yeah, and I mean, he came out his first couple years and played pretty good football, but we'll see what they do this year. I went and grabbed Jordan Howard with my 9th pick in the 12th round. He's the last potential running back one for his team. It's kind of a toss-up. Give me some running back depth. He might get those goal line touches, get into the end zone a few times. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting offense to see and kind of see what they do. So are you taking any of the Dolphins running backs this year, John?
Yeah, I actually picked one up.
Oh, did you grab Breida?
I grabbed Matt Breida back in the 9th round. I already had I'm actually got a lot of pass catching backs here with Leonard Fournette, Le'Veon Bell, Raheem Mostert, and Matt Breida. So was just looking for some more security, people that may not be in a great position to start, but could move into a huge role and be a week-to-week game winner.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially in half-point PPR, he's definitely going to be that pass-catching back out of the, bunch. Jordan Howard's not he's competent at pass catching, but Breida is definitely the better pass catcher there. So anyways, Tyler Higbee went after me. Do you think Tyler Higbee is going to be what he was last year, even with Gerald Everbeck?
Yeah, actually. I do think that both of them can be rather usable and both have a good amount of value. I actually traded for Higbee a few weeks ago by trading down Eric Ebron and a pick down. So I think he's going to be someone who's, even with Everett there, able to get you just enough to stay relevant, especially at the tight end position. I'm not happy with him as my one or my only tight end, but he showed that he can do enough at the last 5 games of the season last year.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably or hopefully is going to be getting that nod from Jared Goff this year and understanding that he has that reliable hands right there and can just either share the spotlight with Everett or completely take it over and stay relevant as a fantasy tight end. Now, he was picked up as the second tight end for that team with Noah Fant being the first.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 2 people there. I'm happy with that Higbee pickup.
Yeah, no, I have Higbee in a couple of dynasty leagues, and it does worry me a little bit that Everett's back, but I think, like you said, Higbee showed enough to where he will be that team's tight end one. Now this pick, I'm going to just go pure upside. There's 2 guys that I'm looking at, Allen Lazard and Justin Jefferson. I love both of them. The Vikings have been posting all those hype videos of Justin Jefferson, and then obviously we saw a little bit of a connection with Aaron Rodgers and Allen Lazard last year, in a few games. And with Devin Funchess opting out, Jimmy Graham's not in that offense anymore. He's got some good opportunity, but I'm going to go Justin Jefferson. I'm really excited for him this year. I'm actually starting to think that he's going to have the most productive season out of all the rookie wide receivers this year. I know, Jalen Rager's obviously in a great offense, or in a great situation. And there's a couple others as well. But I really like Justin Jefferson in the role he could be, taking over. And hopefully he can get that connection with Kirk Cousins during camp this year. So, and actually, right before my pick, Jalen Reagor went. So it's pretty interesting to see, those two guys going where they're going. Kind of, it's pretty telling.
To each other.
Yeah. So Tua Tagovailoa going off at 13-5. Love it. Love to see that for our Dolphins.
It's always great to see. So I'm going to grab N'Keal Harry right here. And that's mainly just because I do like the idea that we didn't get to see anything from him last year. So you're not really upset with how late you're going to be drafting him and what kind of production you can get, even at his floor. He's coming into a new quarterback situation. No more Tom Brady. He's hopefully healthy after this offseason, and he can just do work with Cam out there and get enough targets to where he's actually going to be usable. I mean, he only got 24 targets, and he only caught about half of them. So if he can get that percentage up and just bring those balls into himself, he'll be happy.
Mhm.
We'll all be happy having him. And then so with my last, after my N'Keal Harry pick, went Rashad Penny, Keyshawn Vaughn, A.J. Dillon, Tony Pollard, Derek Carr finally went in the 14th round, then Jamal Williams, and I'm actually going to be taking my second tight end here, and this is going to be someone who I just hope can upgrade his touchdown ability this year.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Gianni Smith, someone who, again, didn't really have the greatest hands last season. Didn't even work off a huge target share. He only had 44 targets, but it was his yards after catch and his yards per catch that really helped him out there. I mean, he was averaging 12.5 yards every time the ball was in his hands, let alone if you can just get some more touchdowns out of that offense, you should easily end up as a high-end player.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that analysis. Definitely somebody who you can grab super late with that high upside. Who's your tight end one? Hayden Hurst. So yeah, those are guys, two guys to pair well together. I only have one tight end. I have Austin Hooper. I am going to leave it that way. And I am going to grab. I'm trying to decide if I want to go running back or wide receiver here. I kind of like where I'm at running backs. I only have 4, but they are Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler, Kareem Hunt, and Jordan Howard. The guy I'm looking at would be DeAndre Washington. Give you that upside of the Kansas City offense, or do I want to grab a a solid floor guy as a wide receiver? And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab Jamison Crowder. I think he'll be getting his targets. He showed it last year. He's not a flashy player. He's not going to give you those huge week winning games, but he will give you some solid games and get those targets. Especially in the right matchup. So I think he's a guy that I could plug in as that wide receiver too, if needed, and he will do just enough to give me a solid week. Anyways, rounding out the final 3 picks, Damian Harris went. Do you like that pick, Damian Harris?
I think it's 14th round. You're kind of just shooting in the dark, hoping that something sticks. But with Lamar Miller getting signed there, I was kind of happy for Damian Harris moving into the season. Once the Lamar Miller signing hit, I kind of backed off my heat. So I like it. We're gonna see what happens. I know right now he was getting the first team work, but that's with Sony Michel out, and that's with Lamar Miller not even practicing. So we'll see what happens as we move into the regular season. I don't think even if he is the lead back that he's going to be a lead back. So it could just turn into a game time situation, or could turn out that he's a standout back and I'm completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's other backs. Like I said, I think DeAndre Washington, Carlos Hyde's another name I'm looking at. If something happens to Chris Carson, he kind of jumps into that role. And then, but anyways, after Damian Harris, Bryce Love went, and then Jared Cook, which, wow, I didn't even realize he was still on the board, Jared Cook.
Yeah, he really fell there.
Yeah. So, anyways, John, review your team real quick before we announce the draft order for our listener league.
Okay, so I was drafting from the 8th spot or the 9th spot, and I was able to grab Michael Thomas, Dak Prescott, Leonard Fournette, Le'Veon Bell, DK Metcalf, Daniel Jones, Raheem Mostert, Marquise Brown, Matt Breida, Hayden Hurst, Teddy Bridgewater, Anthony Miller, N'Keal Harry, and Jonnu Smith.
Nice, solid team there. I like it. My team consists of Patrick Mahomes, Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler, Allen Robinson, Matt Stafford, Michael Gallup, Kareem Hunt, Austin Hooper, Michael Pittman, Ben Roethlisberger, Darius Slayton, Jordan Howard, Justin Jefferson, and Jamison Crowder. Anything you would have changed, John, on your team?
No, I love my team.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my team as well. Maybe not taking Matt Stafford there. But I mean, I really like his upside as my quarterback too. Flex spot. I think he's, really, he has the opportunity to finish as a, mid to high end quarterback one. So I like him there. I don't think I would really change anything either. My running backs, I'm a little shallow, but I think with who I have, I'll be fine for the season. Worst comes to worst, I can play the waiver game there. So yeah. Anyways, John, you want to read off the listener league order one more time. If y'all were watching on IG Live or YouTube, you saw us draft or pull them out the helmet. We forgot to hit record button though, so
we're gonna read back. We're gonna read back some of these names. Now, these were all picked randomly, folded up pieces of paper. If you do not trust the order, you can join in and check the Instagram live video that is posted to our Instagram account. It's gonna be at the Fantasy Tap. Now, so drafting from the 12th spot, we've got Oriole Boreal. From the 11th, we've got Green Tea 123. From the 10, we've got Full Time Mom. The 9 is going to be Russell 27. Wilson 27, not Russell. My brain just jumped there. At the 8, we've got Deadly Dermoid. Brat will be drafting from the 7. 6 is going to be TK Brad Hinton 08. From the 5, we've got Weiner, Diner, and 49er. Number 4 is Sir Brooks 2. Number 3 is Miles 707. 2 is going to be Jack SR. And number 1 is going to be the Fantasy Tap. So, like I said earlier, we will be allowing people to do trades from pick positions if they choose to.
If they don't want to pick at the 5, they can move back, with the player at the 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
But no.
You can't trade your fifth round for someone's 4th and 7th.
Right. So, anyways, that will do it, folks. We appreciate your time today. John, let them know where they can send their beer recommendations, as well as their fantasy football questions, and anything else like that.
So if you guys have any questions, beer recommendations, need some fantasy football advice, make sure to reach out to us on our Instagram and Twitter, and that's going to be at the Fantasy Tap. And then if you guys want to reach out to us in an email, send us any love letters, send them to thefantasytap@gmail.com. And then thank you for joining along with us on this Sunday. We do have our full listener league. That was our draft order, and this helmet is going to go away from us by the end of this season.
I like that we get to keep it for a season.
Yeah, we get to look at it a little bit longer.
It hurts. It's going to hurt more to give it away.
Yeah. So make sure you like, share, follow, and subscribe. And
review
on all platforms.
Please review. We would love, a review on our, Apple Podcasts, any platform where you can review us. We would love that as well.
Any positive reviews, make sure you post them. Any negative ones, send them directly to us. That way you don't have to post them on there.
Yeah.
You don't have to put the 2-star. Just let us know, hey, that was a 2-star episode. Not feeling it this time.
Yeah. So
we'll understand. So thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you again on Tuesday.
We love you guys. Thanks so much. See you Tuesday for running back rankings. You